All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. So, how have you been? Just asking for those that are just joining us now. So, hope you're doing perfectly well. So, we're going to be starting immediately. And first of all, of course, you know the drill already. We'll go through the Forex Factory and then know what we have for today. All right, so we are going to go through our Forex Factory and know what we have for the day. All right, even though, like I always say, it is always very much important that you first of all check through your Forex Factory and know the news that you have for that day. It will actually, sorry, excuse me, it will help you to reduce your errors and other mistakes, right? So let's go through it. And coming down here, we have Monday. I'm actually on the weekly page, but then on Monday, we have by 8 a.m. At 8 a.m. we had a medium impact news from CHF. All right, all right. So we had from CHF. We also had currently we're having a bank holiday in Canadian economy and also in US. So there is bank holiday in US and there is bank holiday in Canada. Right. And by 2:30 p.m., we're going to be having a medium impact news from ECB. That's European zone. That is the president. Lagarde is going to be having a speech by 2:30 p.m. All right. So that's actually telling us that today, if you notice very well on your chart, the market has been very, very slow. All right. There's been slow movements, low volatilities. Nothing has actually been happening apart from just few minutes ago that we started experiencing some volatilities from uh for D30. All right. Apart from that, there've not really been any major activity in the market if you've been following what's been going on. And I hope you've actually been really following it and been taking advantage of some of the things that's been happening. Of course, I know that this afternoon some messages went around when the euro started falling and the rest of them. But let's quickly go back to our chart and actually see. Like I said, because of the volatility, don't be expecting some massive but due to the bank holiday rather, don't expect some massive volatilities in the market for now until when it is 2:30. All right. So where you're going to be having more of volatility in the market is when it's 2:30. And because of that, we're going to spend some time to actually go through the technical aspects of the market and to set up the next directions of the market that you can actually take advantage of even after this this move. Sorry about the way I am talking, all right? Sorry about that. Just cold. Nothing big deal. All right. So I might not be sounding like me, but it's me. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. Now, starting up with dollar index. You know that dollar has actually last week was a very terrible period for dollar as most of the news that came out from the dollar region came out negative. Apart from later in the afternoon on Friday, when we had the some of the major news from this particular region, NFP. All right, NFP came out on Friday, and then you also had ISM manufacturing PMI that also came out on that from Friday. All right, and I told us that the NFP most likely was going to be negative for dollar, but then the ISM was going to come out positive. And with the event of the news, the NFP came out very negative, but then the ISM that was not supposed to be as volatile as the NFP now came out very positive also, and now pushed back dollar to where it is currently. So it was actually ISM that helped dollar regain some of its strength. All right, it was ISM that helped dollar regain all the strength that it's actually lost on that Friday. So going forward, I'm going to be actually be looking out for a further sell on dollar this afternoon. All right, I'm going to be expecting a further sell on dollar. Now, that is only because of this particular bounce off here. This is a proven resistance, and the market has gotten here. So it's just trying to recover some of the moves it had, all right, on Friday. So I'm expecting a sell on dollar. But the sell is not going to be a very long one. It's just maybe something that most likely will just sell maybe to somewhere around here, and then it will bounce off on the buy. Remember that the dollar index is still on an uptrend. The trend has not changed yet. And to confirm for the change of the trend, you have to go to a daily time frame and take a look at it. All right, on daily time frame, there is actually a resistance here. All right, and that is actually why I'm going to be expecting a little bit of a retracement on this instrument. So with this resistance, I'm looking at a further sell, bringing this instrument a little bit lower than where it is already. All right. So I am looking at a further sell, then a continuation of this buy that happened. All right. So if you check on Friday, you could see that there was a prior rejection for a sell at around this region. So with that, a buy is still very much okay. So going back to 1 hour time frame, yes, I'll be going in for a sell on dollar index this afternoon. I'll be going in for a sell on dollar index. So, but first of all, let's take a look at it on 5 minutes time frame and see. Sorry about that. All right, so for Forex Factory, yeah, sorry, for 5 minutes time frame, yes, it's still going to be a further sell. But what you can do for yourself is that you might just want to allow the market to go below this verified resistance, verified support on 5 minutes. Once they're able to go below here, then you can actually go in for a sell, taking your sell all the way down. That is, once it's able to break below where it is currently, then you can go in for a sell. All right, so take a look at it and see how it looks like right here. Okay. All right, so this is actually where you might consider entering your trade. All right. Just once it's able to go below this region, then look out for a further sell, and it's going to be a sell all the way down. It might actually be a very this thing forward for you if you're using 5 minutes time frame. But if you're using 1 hour time frame, you discover that it is just a very close what's it called measure, and most likely it's going to give you some really good profit if you're able to take advantage of it. And then also, if you want to go in for a buy, remember that the market has been on a very slow and steady move. It's been a very slow and steady move. So I am actually looking out for a sell. So I might not be able to give you a buy entry, but even if I'm giving you a buy entry, it's going to be a buy stop. So for the sell position I'm giving you is going to be at price 103. Now, remember I said you might just want to hold on for it to go below here. But I personally, I'll be going in for an instant execution, and I'll be taking my profit all the way down there. But just to avoid some funny occurrences, let's just take a sell stop, and the sell stop entry for you should be at price 103.953. 103.953. So I'm expecting it to, once it hit that point, to sell all the way down to price 103.830. Right? How do you understand that? So I am going in for a sell. All right, I'm going in for a sell on dollar index. All right, I'm going in for a sell on dollar index at price 103.953, and I'm taking it all the way down to price 103.830. 103.830. All right, so it's actually going to be a very long sell for me. All right. So I'm looking out for a further sell on dollar index going all the way down. I'm taking it all the way down. All right, so let's take a look at Euro USD. On this vein, let's take a look at Euro USD and see what we actually have on Euro USD. Now, I was having a conversation with a client this morning. So she was asking me, what do I think that Euro US is going to do? Looking at it like this, she was actually saying that she's actually going in for a further buy or sell on these instruments because of this kind of formation that she saw. I was like, oh, a sell is okay. But then if you're going to be going in for a sell, then you're going to wait for a long time before you enter profit. All right. So with that in mind, it means that you actually going to, it's not that you're not going to make profit, but you're going to wait for a very long time before you enter profit. So that being said, Euro USD, I'll be going in for a buy. All right. I'll be going in for a buy. All right. And my buy position is actually going to be in favor of the same thing I said about dollar. I'm expecting dollar to lose a little bit strength, but then I am not going to just be jumping into the market immediately. I will not be jumping into the market immediately. All right. I will not be jumping into the market immediately. All right. So what I'll be taking my entry is going to be at after it has broken above that particular untested resistance right there. If you check very well, you'll notice that there is an untested resistance just after the price. All right. There is an untested resistance just around the corner right here. All right. So we can actually be taking advantage of this. All right. So this is where we're going to be entering our trade. Once able to go above the untested resistance, and it's going to be also a very long buy. So let's take a look at it on 15 minutes time frame and see if it's actually okay, perfect. Even on 15 minutes time frame, I think it's actually a perfect location for this particular trade. So what we're going to be doing is that our entry position for Euro USD, remember I said it's a buy, but it's going to be at price 1.08103. All right, 1.08103. That is where you should be entering from on Euro USD. So for Euro USD, I'll be going in for a buy. Remember, the reason why I'm going in for a buy is because I am expecting dollar to lose a little bit of more strength this afternoon. All right. Remember, of course, a low volatility, but once it's 2:30, you're going to be seeing some market movement. It might not be much, but it should be enough to give you some good profit on this particular trade. And generally speaking, technically speaking, this particular trade has bounced off from a support. So you are expecting a little bit of a further push up before any retracement. All right. Remember, I told you about the conversation I had with somebody, and I said, yeah, you're going to make profit, but you're going to stay long before you enter profit. Why? Because this particular trade, in as much as it's still going to sell more, but the buy would have to happen first before any sell. So it's going to have a retracement, which is a buy retracement. So in that particular retracement, that is what we're going to be taking our trade from. All right. We're going to be taking advantage of the retracement that will be happening. And I said it's going to be at price 1.08103. All right. And the TP is 1.08266. 1.08266. That is where our take profit is going to be on this instrument. 1.08266. 1.08266. So I am going in for just the buy position. I'm going in for just the buy. All right. We're taking advantage of just the buy. All right. But then if it starts selling, of course, I should be able to give you a sell entry. But for now, I'll be going in for only the buy for now. All right. Okay, but then if you just want to set up a sell entry, you can take a sell from 1.07901, 1.07901, and take it all the way to that particular verified support down there. But apart from that, a buy on this instrument, it's okay. I just mentioned the buy entry. Now I said the buy entry is at price 1.08103, 1.08103, and the take profit is 1.08266. So that's actually where I am considering taking up any trade. All right. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We're going to be looking at, of course, my favorite instrument on currency pairs, which is USDJPY. And I've told you the reason why this instrument is actually my favorite instrument. Sorry about that. I wasn't supposed to bring out this. Okay, sorry. Oh, I don't want to do the analysis using this because I don't want a lot of questions on. All right, perfect. So let's go back to this page. Sorry, that was a mistake. All right. Now, USDJPY, I always tell you one thing about the USDJPY is that it will always have an opportunity to buy. You always have a buy opportunity. All right. You always have a buy opportunity. So even with this, in as much as other instruments is actually looking at dollar is going to be weak, but this instrument, USDJPY, is not going to be like that. All right. USDJPY is not going to be like that. So I am looking out for a buy actually on USDJPY. Rather than selling dollar, I'm going to be buying dollar on USDJPY. All right. I'll be buying dollar on USDJPY. All right. Now, if you check other instruments, you'll discover that after the massive move on Friday, Other currencies tried retracing, but not this one. This one had a further buy. Even this morning, it also had a further buy. And if you compare JPY with other instruments, like for example now, GBP JPY, you will discover that this instrument is buying. Euro JPY too, you discover that this one is buying. So it means that JPY currently is very low. All right. The reason why you're not seeing a massive push on this one is because of the low volatility in dollar. So with that in mind, I will also be going in for a buy. I'll actually be going in favor of dollar this afternoon. I'll be going in favor of dollar this afternoon, but I will not be entering immediately. You know why? Because there is a resistance on 5 minutes time frame just at where price is. There is a resistance just at that point. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be taking up a buy stop. All right, we're going to be taking up a buy stop and taking out our take profits. It's going to be a far one too, but I think it should be able to give us the desired profit that we want. All right, so let me just make it bolder. All right, so this is what we're going to be taking it from. All right, so for USD JPY, I'm looking out for a buy at price 146.513, 146.153. Remember that it is still headed to $150, right? Remember the target is at $150. All right. It has not gotten there yet, but it will still get there. So the target is at $150. So we're still getting there. And I said our entry position is 146.513. 146.513, and the take profit is 146.622. 146.622. I'll take the entry again. The entry is 146.513, and the TP is 622. All right. So that is that for this instrument. Then just on the passing, for Euro JPY and for GBP JPY, I will still be going in for a buy. For Euro JPY and for GBP JPY, I'll be going in for a further buy on these two instruments. All right. This is just in passing. All right. It's just in passing, and it's going to stay for a longer time. It's going to stay for a longer time. So there is no need of trying to ask me where should I enter from or how long will it buy or TP or something. No, don't ask. All right. I know it's going to buy. So you can take up your buy at any point and then just follow it all the way up. All right. So GBP JPY, sorry, Euro JPY and GBP JPY, they are still going to be in a buy direction. They are still going to be in a buy direction. So you can still follow the buy on GBP JPY and Euro JPY. So it's going to still be going upward. All right. All right. So 1 hour time frame. The time frame I'm using it on those instruments is 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame. So it means that it's going to be a longer direction of the movement. All right. So it's 1 hour time frame. All right. So now finally for the currency pairs, let's take a look at GBP USD. GBP USD. Well, first of all, look at these instruments using the 1 hour time frame. Then and we're also going to be looking at it with my step index indicator. All right. Now with this indicator, look at this. It's still giving me a buy direction. Now this particular instrument is giving me a buy direction. Now on 1 minute time frame, yes, 1 minute time frame is the only time frame that this instrument is selling. But apart from that, every other time frame is buying. All right. Look at our 15 minutes time frame. You have more of a buy. Sorry to say 5 minutes time frame. You have more of a buy. 15 minutes time frame. You have a buy. 30 minutes. You have a buy. All right. Even 1 hour time frame. Okay, you have an equal buy and sell. 30 minutes time frame also you have an equal buy and sell. But 4 hours time frame you have fully a buy. All right. On 4 hours time frame you have fully a buy. So you have more of a buy on this particular instrument. All right. But currently where the market is resting on a resistance. So that is why I instead of giving you an instant buy, I'll always give you a little bit of a pending order so that when it's able to go above that point, you can just follow it all the way up. But this instrument is actually giving us a further buy on it, and it's actually still going to be going up. All right, it's still going to be going up. So on GBP JPY, sorry, on GBP USD, I am going in for a buy. I'm going in for a buy. So on 5 minutes time frame and 15 minutes time frame, it's giving a full buy on them. Even on 4 hours time frame is all the way a buy. So I'm going to be going in for a buy on this particular instrument. So let's go back to our support and resistance to see. Now this is how it looks like on support and resistance. So here you can just decide to enter a buy at the current market price. Now these are two things you can do. You can decide to enter buy at the current market price, which is actually what I'm going to do. All right, and then take your profit at this point, or you can decide to take a buy stop from here. All right, from the take profit I gave you. Now this is it. This is what I'm talking about. All right, you can decide to enter a buy at the current market price and take your profit at price 1.26436, or you set up a buy stop at price 1.26436, which is where the take profit is actually. Now you probably be asking, okay, which one will I advise? I will advise you take the buy stop. I will advise you take the buy stop. All right. Now taking the buy stop is just avoiding some mistakes which probably would have occurred as a result of fake out. So your entry position on this instrument should be at price 1.26526, 1.26526, and your take profit should be at price 1.26835. So that should be the entry and the take profit. Okay, I can't be talking and also be writing down, so I might not be able to write it down. Apologies for that, all right? But I'm just going to, that's actually why I'm very much slow and trying to call everything clearly. But the take profit, the entry again on this, I'm going to rush up this one because it's almost time. So we need to check the indices and the gold. So at entry position again is at price 1.26526, 1.26526, and the take profit is 1.26835, 1.26835. All right, 1.26835. All right, 1.26835. That is the TP for GBP USD. Then this is the entry is 1.26526. All right, so let's quickly rush up to gold. Gold has actually been selling this morning. All right, gold started this morning with a sell momentum. I started off this morning with a sell, and of course after the long buy that it's been having, so it is just wise for it to actually have a little bit of a retracement. So for gold this afternoon, yes, I'll still be considering a further sell on them. But let me just open up all the charts so that I could see it in better. All right. So even for gold, yes, I'll be considering a further sell on gold, but for the indices market, I will not be going in for a sell. I will not be going in for a sell unless if the market starts up with a sell vibe. But then apart from that, I will prefer not to go in with a sell for indices market. I'll prefer to go in for a buy on indices market. All right. I'll prefer to go in for a buy on indices. All right. Like for US 30, for US 100, and for US 2000, I'll prefer to go in for a buy. But then for gold, I'll be going in for a sell on gold. I'll be going in for a sell on gold. All right. Now, because I am actually expecting this particular buy you're seeing, I don't expect it to last for a very long time. All right. I'm not expecting this particular buy to stay for a long time. So I'm expecting gold to still have a massive push down, and of course to still go below. But for US 30, US 100, and US 2000, I'll be going in for a buy. So for US 30, US 100, and US 2000, you can go in for a buy, and of course your buy can actually stay for a longer time. Then this is also in passing for US D30 rather. I'll be going in for a sell on D30. All right. I'll be going in for a sell on D30, and I'm following it all the way down. We already took some before now, but then okay, please, if you've not entered any trade on US 2000, please hold it on US 2000. But for US 30 and US 100, you can go ahead with your buy. US 2000, please try to hold on it. Don't jump into a trade yet. But for US 30 and US 100, yeah, you can go ahead with a buy. And for gold, go ahead with a sell. And US D30 are fine. You can actually go ahead with your sell on them. All right. So dollar index, remember that dollar index will going in for a sell on dollar index. And for US 30, I'll be going in for a buy. US 100, I'll be going in for a buy. But US 2000, please hold on a little bit before you enter, but don't go in for a sell. Don't enter sell on US 2000. Hold on a little bit before you enter a buy, because this instrument is actually going to buy. All right, it's going to buy, but just hold on. Don't be quick to rush in to the sell. Sorry, to the buy. There is a support right at the downside. Once it gets to the support, you can actually enter buy. But the best thing you can do for yourself is what we call price stacking, which I already told you about. You can always take advantage of this kind of trading. All right, you can always take advantage of it. That is, as it's coming down, you'll be entering this a buy. As it's coming down, you'll be entering a buy. All right, as it's coming down, you'll be entering a buy, so that when it finally starts going back up, of course, you'll be able to make profit with it. You'll be able to make profit with it. So if it comes down a little bit again, I'll enter another buy. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing on US 2000. But apart from that, I'm not going to be entering it immediately for the buy. Then for US 100, yes, I'm buying on US 100, and US 30, I'm also buying. But gold, I'll be selling gold. Yes, I'll be selling gold. All right, I'll be selling gold. So apart from that, and today is bank holiday, so agro commodities will not open. Agro commodities is not going to be open till around 6 p.m. All right, so agro commodities is closed for today. Agro commodities is closed for today. All right, so all right, so you may not be able to till tomorrow before we'll be able to trade on agro commodities. So for today, no agro commodities. But the rest, and remember that today is US bank holiday. So the market is going to be closing earlier. It's going to be closing around 7 or 8 p.m. So try to take advantage of the movement of the market between now until around 6 p.m. The market is going to be closing early today because of the US bank holiday, especially the US indices. All right, especially the US indices is going to be closing early today. So please don't stay in the market for a very long time. All right. We don't do analysis on oil. The ones I gave you on D30 was just in passing. All right. So just in passing. What are the factors you check before buying or selling? All right. First of all, you need to check your Forex factory to know the news that are coming out and the time they are coming out. And after that, you also need to do your analysis to check the direction of the market. All right, you need to check the direction of the market, which is the trend. Then after that, then use a particular strategy that you have to do your analysis. All right, so after doing your analysis, then you can now take advantage of the direction. That is how you can enter a trade. All right, that is how to do your analysis. So if you need further clarification on that, just reach out to your account manager or join our evening classes. We have our evening classes every day. Can always join where we teach on some few things, and we also have some of our strategy meetings. You can always take advantage of those strategy meetings to learn how to the criteria for entering a trade or what you should be looking out for before entering either buy or sell. All right, so I hope that answered your question. All right, I hope that answered your question. All right, so I'm going to be calling it a day. Remember, today there is no agro commodities because the market on agro commodities is closed. All right, it's not going to be opening till 8 p.m. 6 p.m. today or 7 p.m. today. But I would not advise you to take up any trade on agro commodities till tomorrow. All right, so tomorrow is actually the biggest, a big trading day, and of course we have a couple of fundamentals that are actually coming out tomorrow, especially for the AUD. There's a fundamental coming out tomorrow, and of course on Wednesday it's also going to be loads of fundamentals. Then service PMI also is coming out on Wednesday, so be expectant. And of course, Chinese CPI also is also this week. So, and of course, if you know about Chinese CPI, you should know that it's actually a very big news coming out this week. So this week is going to be a volatile week. I know today started up on a very low note, but tomorrow you're going to be seeing some massive pickups in the market. All right. If you don't want to enter any position, it's fine. Remember, today is a low volatility day, a volatility day. So you don't need to stay in the market for a very long time. Just do what you got to do and then come out of the market and wait for the next day. Wait for tomorrow, which is actually where the market is going to be at its peak. All right. So that is that for today. And I'm glad that you joined me today. And sorry about how my voice sounds. Okay. Tomorrow we're going to be having a better training experience and time. All right. Do have a lovely remaining part of the day and stay well. Remember to cover yourself. The cold out there is much. Some of us that are in the in the cold city of you know Atlantics and the rest of them. So that's actually why the cold is much. But anyhow, do have a beautiful day.